Good morning, my friends. Good morning to all of my family, my tribe, my people, my community, my network. Good morning to absolutely everybody out there who's watching this now or later. And I truly appreciate each and every single one of you guys for being here today, for stepping up, for getting involved in a really tough topic like cancer, especially skin cancer. Good morning, my boy Hondo Canella, man. Great to see you here in the morning time. And cancer affects us all, obviously. Obviously, we have seen an astronomical amount in increase in cancer over the past 10, 15, 20 years. Yesterday was a perfect example of how cancer has affected me and my family and my friends. Good morning, Lucas. I was on a trail yesterday hiking and I ran into a good friend of mine whose dad died of cancer 4 or 5 years ago, and she was hiking with another friend, a family member, and her mom passed away. Now today's topic is a little bit different. It is more about melanoma and skin cancer, but at the end of the day, cancer is affecting us all. It's affecting each and every single one of us, and I want to stand up to it. I want you guys to stand up to it, especially something that can be prevented like melanoma skin cancer. And today's message is brought to you by Pacific West, Pac West Dermatology, my good friend Rich Rutan. He's the one who actually got me some of this information, some of this content, as I started to get a little bit more involved. And you see me wearing black today. Yesterday was actually the official Melanoma Awareness Day, where you wear black. But I'm bringing it back today because I really wanted to talk about this subject because it touches, it affects, and it hurts so many of us. And I spend so much time and energy, I spend so much money, I spend so much influence on eliminating the toxic waste from my life and from my family's life. And I'll give you a perfect example here. If you're not doing some of these things right now, you gotta get on it. You gotta kill the microwave. You gotta stop drinking out of plastic. You gotta stop heating plastic in the microwave. You have to, and I say have to as an actual must, you have to watch the foods that you're eating, staying away from toxic foods, staying away from animal meats and animal proteins that have been hurt or that have been stressed out right before they are killed, because that increases their cortisol levels, and you're eating a piece of tired, upset, sad, pissed off meat, and that will affect you, and the cortisol levels and the testosterone levels will all affect you. Eating large amounts of animal protein, we know, can affect cancer cells. Here's the deal, guys. We all have cancer in us. Every single human being has cancer. It's what happens that promotes it, that actually gets it going, that gets it started to where it mutates. And if you've ever seen a cell mutate, it literally splits in half and doubles and then quadruples and then magnifies and multiplies and goes on and on and on. So today's topic is about melanoma cancer and the prevention of it. So I spend all this energy, I spend all this time and momentum, and I'm teaching all these people, including my family, how to eliminate toxins from their life. But yet I go outside and run for 4 or 5 hours at a time, and I don't put sunblock on my face. I don't put sunblock on my nose or my ears. So I've had a few clients lately, good friends of mine, that have been diagnosed with melanoma, that have had the melanoma actually surgically removed. And most dermatologists can do that, but we can prevent it. So, you know, it might as well be the topic of abstinence. It's preventable if we take care, if we take cover. So staying out of the sun between 10 and 2 p.m., right, at the highest rate. All skin cancer in the form of melanoma is preventable. I used a tanning bed for many years, and I know a lot of you guys are guilty of that same thing. Well, the tanning bed, we know, kills. The tanning bed now, they're saying there's a 70% increase in getting melanoma skin cancer if you've used a tanning bed before. So my friends over at Pac Dermatology recommend seeing a dermatologist and getting an exam at least once a year, unless you find any kind of changes or you see new moles or moles that you might have had grow on you. Obviously, the most common is basal cell seroneuma and squamous cell seroneuma. A lot of these terms are going to be extremely scientific here, guys, but I want you to understand it, I want you to know it, and I want you to have the ammunition to ensure, if you're a guy like me or a family like mine that spends, I'm going to say, of my week, of my 168 hours, I'm probably spending somewhere between 10 to 14 hours outside in the sun. And we're here in the Arizona sun or the California sun or the Hawaii sun. The sun is sun. So risk factors, for those of you out there, obviously tanning beds, you got to eliminate it. Never use a tanning bed again. There's nothing cool about it. You got to have some protection. You got to have the risk factors that might be higher for you than they are for me. Fair skin, blue or green eyes, red or blonde hair, sunny climate, high altitude, and of course tanning beds. And here's the kicker: if you're spending time at high altitude and you're possibly hiking like my boy Lucas Parker, and you are in the snow or even in the water or a lake or your body, the reflection, it's double. It's worse. So all my surfers out there that are spending time in the ocean, it's worse for you because of the reflection down on the sun. Common for men on our chest and our back. Women is going to be legs and back. Melanoma can look different on children, and I have this terribly, horrific photo here that my friends at PAC Dermatology provided me with here, and it kind of shows you what melanoma can look like on your body. And on one side, you have the benign, and you have the malignant, and you can see there's a difference there. So I'm going to put this in the comments later when I go back in and filter out some of these comments. But guys, it's extremely important that we prevent this the best way possible. So blistering sunburns, it can happen in an instant. You could have gotten sunburned when you were younger. You could have gotten sunburned in a tanning bed. You could have gotten sunburned on a part of your body that traditionally doesn't see light, like in between your groin or on your butt, and getting that sunburn is terrible. Melanoma sits only on the top layers of the skin. Easiest of the melanoma to treat is the archal lentiginous melanoma, usually under the nails, palms, soles, or feet. So how to prevent it? Right? Of course, staying out of the sun between 10 and 2, UV protection clothing, long sleeve, sunglasses, hat, SPF 30 or greater to help unprotected or exposed skin. Seek shade between the hours of 10 and 2 p.m., 10 and 4 p.m. just to be sure. Although you cannot avoid sun exposure to the sun, you can avoid long periods of unprotected sun exposure. So I think about all the times you spend the whole day at the beach and you get baked and you feel good. Here's the worst part about this. If you are spending a lot of time in the sun and you're not protecting it, you may not even know that the melanoma cancer cells are actually spreading underneath your body. So you have to get checked on a regular basis. You have to stay out of the sun. You have to use sunblock. For those who might have really large facial features like myself here, this point of the nose can get really, really sunburned. I have a good friend and a neighbor of mine. He actually had to have a part of his nostril removed because the cancer was spreading to his face. So one person dies. Here's the last thing I want to leave you with here, guys, is I do want to try to give you some kind of positivity in this, but one person dies every hour from melanoma in the world. And I want to show that picture one more time because it can be prevented. And the last thing I want to see are any of my friends, including myself and my family, get some kind of melanoma cancer over the course of the year. So protect yourself, guys. Put on a hat before you leave the house. It doesn't matter how obnoxious it is. Put on a pair of sunglasses before you leave. Put some sunblock on when you leave the house in the morning. And I can tell you right now, as weird and as funny and as crazy as I look right now, I'm preventing myself from getting skin cancer, which is going to provide me with more years here on earth. So if you love the sun, and you love to be outside, and you're athletic, and you love to spend a lot of time and energy outdoors, like I do and so many of my brothers and sisters do, then you must protect yourself at all times. Catherine Doan, my sister, I love you. No more tanning beds ever again for the rest of your life. I truly appreciate each and every single one of you. And if you enjoyed this message or you got something out of it, I highly recommend, I request that you please share this message with somebody. My name is Luke Kayyem, continuing to deliver a message of purpose, passion, and positivity. Wear black today, although yesterday was Melanoma Awareness Day. I appreciate you guys. Make it a great day. I'll see you back here tomorrow. We got a 6:45 message happening Monday through Thursday this week, 6:45 to 7 a.m. Make it a great day, boys and girls. Peace.